So you see the news and you wonder what is it about? The Hong Kong protest, the huge protest that got a lot of people involved into it, and there's crowd, there's police, and there's riot, and police throwing gas, and it's chaotic, and you wonder what is it about? Well, let me help you.
In the late 1800s is where the history began, as China gave up Hong Kong due to losing a war with Britain for around 99 years. Then Britain gave Hong Kong back to China under a special agreement called One Country Two System. This agreement is expected to last until the end of 2047. Then China wanted to end earlier than that, so they tried to implement some laws, which in 2003 Hong Kong successfully fight back the legislation that will punish people for speaking out against China. And in 2014 is before the 2019 protest, which is when Hong Kong protests against China influence over the election. This protest is very successful as it stops China from implementing the unfair laws.
Reasons behind the conflicts. There were more conflicts between China and Hong Kong than you thought. By the law, China will have Hong Kong by 2047. Moreover, China wants Hong Kong because Hong Kong has great financial stability. But on the other hand, when we look at Hong Kong's demand and reasons, Hong Kong doesn't want to be under China and gain its independence. One of the major reasons was because they're afraid of China's law and government system, which was a communism that fully taking control over the country.
Can I get ya? No, you won't. Yes, I will. I'm getting closer. Please don't. Little bit closer. Ah! How did it happen though? Yes, 2018. Chang Chong-kai murdered his pregnant girlfriend and left some evidence for us before he flew back to his hometown in Hong Kong. The problem is that Hong Kong didn't have any extradition bill between mainland China and Hong Kong, so they couldn't send him back to Taiwan to, put him on the court and get what he deserves. And things get crazy. People disagree completely because if the bill gets passed, a lot of laws that crazy laws from China will be transferred to Hong Kong and people will have less freedom. That's why they are upset, because the law prevents people from speaking about China, and a lot of crazy law and biased law will be transferred to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong has a lot of protests before. Example, Basic Law Article 23 protest and Umbrella Movement. In 2003, up to 500,000 people took to the streets to protest against the Hong Kong government. We focus on this protest in June 2019. Protesters took to the street again against plans to allow extradition to mainland China. This time, police and activists became more violent. The protesters took stage include at the airport and make a university campus into a battleground. They used metal bars to destroy the Legislative Council building. So police also make an aggressive way, like fire tear gas at the protesters.